This weekend's assassination attempt on the former president coming 2 months after a gunman opened fire at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Then the former president was shot in his ear. A rally-goer was killed and several others were wounded. That July attack leading to a shakeup in the Secret Service leadership and changes to protection given to the Republican nominee. And now there are calls for even more changes. NewsNation's Joe Connell is live for us on Capitol Hill. And Joe, these calls are bipartisan and they're growing louder.
Yeah, they are. What I'm hearing on Capitol Hill this week is there could be some serious action because there are a lot of questions from lawmakers. They say it's a good thing that the Secret Service was able to deal with this threat, but questioning how it was that a man was able to get within 500 yards of the former president, given what we saw in July. So a lot of moving parts, and we could see some serious changes. It starts at the top of the House with Speaker Mike Johnson, who just this morning talked about, if he has to, moving more assets and moving more funding for the protective detail of Donald Trump. He says we can do that if we need to, but in his view, it's not even a funding question. He says it's a manpower allocation question. That would be for the White House or for Secret Service to answer. Nonetheless, he says they're willing to do it. We're hearing from other members of Congress that they should have the same exact detail for former President Trump as they do for President Joe Biden right now. Now, that is not something that happens. It's not routine to have former president's details as the same, essentially, as the current president. But they say, given the circumstances now, that should be on the table. And there are Democrats, I'm told, who are at least interested in exploring that idea as well. On another front, lawmakers are demanding the Secret Service come in and provide them a briefing because lawmakers want to know what is going wrong, what can we do in addition to what I've just said to help. How can we fix this? And you've got this task force that's investigating the first attempted assassination at former President Trump. They, I am told, very well might take this one up as well and start making recommendations to deal with this more immediately. They're scheduled to have a report and recommendations done by December. But given what we've just seen this weekend, they may need to hurry it up and make more changes that are more immediate. Now, just a couple days ago, I talked to Jason Crow. He's the top Democrat on that task force that we were just mentioning. And I asked him whether he thinks right now Donald Trump and, for that matter, Vice President Harris are safe with their current details for the Secret Service and whether Secret Service is capable of dealing with all the threats facing them. This is what he told me.
You know, things that were supposed to happen, that were protocol that did not happen, right? That might be specific to that day. Second would be resourcing challenges. You know, we're just in an era of extreme threats, increased threats across the board. We have numerous candidates, including a candidate who used to be a president as well, that requires an elevated level of security. So that is taxing the Secret Service in a way that they haven't been taxed before.
Now, that task force was potentially going to do certain hearings later on this month, still kind of up in the air as to whether or not they're going to do that. But Speaker Mike Johnson this morning said he fully expects that in the next 2 weeks, that task force is going to have a public hearing. The open question is whether that hearing now focuses on 2 attempted assassinations rather than just one, Nichole.
Yeah, hard to believe. Here we are. Next hour, I will be speaking to another member of that task force live. Joe Connell live for us there on the Capitol Hill. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.